Now that we have an understanding of who we are in this current moment and our strengths and weaknesses, we are now going to go in a more in depth exploration of our current selves and develop a plan for how we want to show up as our future self. But before we can do that, we have to take an honest look at any flaws or poor character traits that we have in this very moment. Recognizing the things within ourselves that we know we can improve upon will be the starting point of becoming a better individual. Oftentimes, this world tells you what you can and cannot be, and they judge you for who you currently are. It starts off at a very early age where we take the patterns of our parents or guardians or anyone closest to us, which develops our current personality. Who we are today and how we show up began formulating since we've entered this world. From birth to age 7, we absorb everything around us and we learn right from wrong, good and bad. Between the ages of 8 and 13, we begin mimicking those closest to us and others that we observe. This is the stage where we begin to try new things to form our own identity. If we realize our identity isn't being accepted or is challenged, we become shy, timid, or even fearful. And from puberty to your early 20s is where your personal identity and uniqueness is developed. We are more influenced by our friends or maybe even social media, and we begin to separate from our earlier programming and connect with people who we feel we are similar to. At about age 27 is where we begin to fully mature, being emotionally mature, where we are able to build strong, intimate relationships and is able to coexist with others. During this stage, we begin to build our legacy and create something bigger and more meaningful for ourselves. And after the age of 60 is just your reflection stage, reflecting over your life and the decisions you've made, which could be happiness and satisfaction or regret and sadness. So it's important that we don't reach this stage reflecting on the things we could have done differently in our lives. But you being here right now is a decision that will lead you to happiness and satisfaction in the long run. Part of the journey of becoming more conscious and intentional in our life is developing a self-awareness of who we are in the current moment. It's important that we are honest with ourselves and pause and reflect on who we are and who we are not. When we are honest with ourselves, we are able to grow from our current place that we are in. Lack of honesty keeps you in a place of stagnation and complacency because you don't see that there is room for growth within your life. When doing this, reflect. We have to know who we are at the core. When evaluating yourself, you have to look inward and consider your emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and behaviors. This could be uncomfortable for a lot of people because they will find that there are a lot of painful emotions and suppressed strengths within them. But to become better, you have to be uncomfortable and deal with those things. After we have a grasp and understanding of who we are at the core, then we will take some time and reflect on how other people possibly see us according to what we noticed about ourselves when we went within. If you struggle with being honest with yourself, then it will be difficult being honest with others. So, take a moment and think, what are some things you don't like about yourself? It could be things such as being impatient, impulsive, poor spending habits, eating habits, or even procrastination. Sit with yourself and recognize some of the things that makes you ticked or things that may trigger you. Now evaluate why are you this way? It could have been experiences from your childhood or not being able to have what you want when you were a child. So you make it your duty to get yourself whatever you want now that you are an adult. We have to understand first why we are the way we are in this very moment. When we are able to recognize some of the things within us that we feel we could improve upon, this gives us an idea on where it is that we need to shift our focus on. During different stages in our life, this could change. We are constantly evolving and growing. Once you have dealt with one thing, there is always something else we can improve upon. Never think that since you are always growing that there is a problem with you. It actually becomes a problem when you don't think there isn't anything you can improve upon in your life. Understand, in order to become a better human being, we have to recognize our flaws. We should never judge them, but become aware that they are there and make the conscious decision to make the necessary changes to become better. We are developing an inner understanding of who we are. So, this could be the map and guide on what we need to be working on. Continue to do this reflection at any stage of your life so that you may continue to evolve. Some stages may be more challenging and uncomfortable than others, but be patient with yourself. Be nice and kind to yourself because unlearning years of yourself to develop something new, that takes some time. Now that we have done some inner reflections on who we currently are and the things that we can improve upon, we will now start reflecting on how others see us and our engagements with them. Typically, our engagements or relationships outside of us is a reflection of what is happening within us. How are your current engagements or relationships with others? Is it positive? Is there difficulties with anyone? Before becoming a better person, we have to have an understanding within ourselves about the areas that we struggle with as an individual. Are you someone who easily gets upset and lashes out at others? Are you someone who is impulsive and don't think about certain actions and their consequences? Are you someone who talks bad about other people or is more concerned about other people and what they have going on? We have to evaluate ourselves. How are your relationships with your friends, coworkers, family members, and other associates? How is your attitude or response towards things or people you don't like? Before any change can happen, we have to recognize what it is that is needing to be changed. Please do not attempt or try to evaluate people or circumstances outside of yourself. The only thing that you can change is yourself. Do not give justification for why your poor behavior is excusable by, again, blaming your situation or circumstances on others. The only thing we as individuals have the power of changing is ourselves. So that's what we are focusing on. If you are still making excuses for your poor behavior as a human, you have to be honest with yourself and just accept that you are not ready for change. You are not in that space yet, and that's okay. And it could be excuses such as, I've been this way all my life. It's just who I am. Or X, Y, and Z did this to me, which caused me to be this way. I get it. Life happened and has altered us to be who we are today. But always remember that who you are today does not have to be the person you are tomorrow. Take note of things or character traits that you picked up on throughout your life because you felt like it needed to keep you safe and protect you from harm. Again, evaluate who you are with no judgment and no excuses, because who you are today will not be who you are when you complete this course. I guarantee you. So, after evaluating who you currently are you satisfied with this individual? Is this the person that you are proud of being? If so, great. I love that for you. But if not, we are going to start developing the person you want to be with the things that you currently do not like within yourself. We're going to recreate those things so that you can show up as the person you will feel proud of in this world. You already created a list of areas in which you could improve upon. So now let's create your new improved self with character traits that feel right for you. It could be traits like being more kind, compassionate, more emotionally balanced, patient, someone who communicates effectively and listens to understand or even be more disciplined. Now remember, this course is all about being a better human being. So your ethical individuality is what is assisting you in this journey. It's going to look different for everyone, but the key takeaway is for it to feel right for you. This is a lot and it's going to take some time. Please don't rush the process and take your time in these reflections. Write them out. Attached is a PDF to help guide you with your reflections.